Hi guys, welcome to Grace Automation Trainings. In this video, we will discuss the second example, fire detection system. Firstly, we see the cause and effect table of the example. Here we have four inputs: smoke detector sensor of third floor, then the second floor and first floor, and the smoke detection fan plenum. Six outputs: head of stair AOV, first floor supply fan, first floor damper, then first floor AOV, then second floor AOV, and the third floor AOV. On the normal condition, we have the head stair of AOV closed and first floor supply fan off, the first floor damper closed, first floor AOV closed, second floor AOV closed, and the third floor AOV closed. When the smoke detection sensor of third floor is detected, the head of the stair AOV will open and the third floor AOV will be open. All the other outputs will remain off. While for the second floor, the head of the stair AOV open, we can see that head of the stair AOV will open in all the three cases when the smoke is detected, even on the third floor, second, or the first. So for the second floor, stair AOV will open, first floor supply fan will remain off, first floor damper and first floor AOV will remain off, and the second floor AOV will be open. Okay, and for the smoke detection on the first floor, the head of stair will be open, and in this case first floor supply fan will be on, first floor damper will be open, and first floor AOV will be open. All the other things will be closed. Okay, when the smoke is detected by the fan plenum, so the all things will be closed and fan will be off if it will be running. So even when the smoke is detected on the first floor and for example the fan is running, we shall close it if the meanwhile smoke is detected by the plenum. Now let's see about the details of the inputs and outputs. Here we have the first floor smoke detector NC. NC means normally closed. This sensor will be normally closed, means it will be continuously giving the signal. When the smoke will be detected, it will get open. And this input has following effects that we already have seen in the cause and effect table. So similarly for the second floor smoke detector, we have following effects. Third floor similarly. Here we have the sprinklers. We are not going to discuss about these at this stage. So now see about the outputs. First floor AOV, first floor needs 24 volts, 2 wires, and reverse wise to close. It means we would have actually two outputs, one to open the floor AOV and then the second to the close the AOV. So power supply will be applied for 90 seconds, means it will take about 90 seconds to open or close. So we will have to provide the power supply at least for the 90 seconds to completely open it or close it. So we shall take care of these things while programming. Now let's move towards the data portal and see the program. I've already designed the logic, so we shall go through it and then we shall download it into the PLC and test it. So here I have two blocks. The main one which contains the logic actually, and another block, inputs and outputs. Here we have all the inputs and outputs of the system. Here we can see the input, real-time input. First SD. SD means smoke detector. By these inputs we are turning on the memories, and we shall use these memories in our logic. So similarly, the outputs in the logic will also be the memories. Here we have the first fan memory, M in memories. And through this memory, we will actuate the actual output, first floor fan. As we have seen in the cause and effect table that the stair AOV will be open either the smoke is detected on the either floor. So the stair AOV will open even the memory from the first floor, second or third is turned on. Similarly, we have the outputs for closing the AOVs and the damper. We have seen in the document that the sensors are normally closed. So here I have took the normally closed switch to turn on these memories. So if the sensor is not detecting the smoke, this memory, this switch will be open and the memory will not be working. So whenever the smoke is detected, this normally closed switch will be closed and the memory will be on. On this basis we shall proceed the logic. Okay, now here we have the first floor smoke detector. If this will be on means the smoke is detected on the first floor and the first floor fan will be turned on, first floor AOV will get open. We have some preconditions for this that second floor AOV should not be open. When the second floor AO will be opened, even the smoke is detected on this floor, nothing will happen. Here we have the normally closed switches for the second floor AOV, third floor AOV, and we have a reset button that will turn off the outputs immediately when it is detected. Now see that when the smoke is detected on the first floor fan and first floor AOV will be open. Okay, similarly the first floor damper will get open and the stair AOV will be open. We have seen in the cause and effect table that for the first floor these four things will be operating, and in the logic we have the four things operating. Okay, now for the second floor, if the smoke is detected on the second floor, the second floor AOV will be open and the stair AOV will be open, as we have seen in the cause and effect table. Two outputs will be operating. Okay, and similarly we have the preconditions for that that the first floor AOV should not be open and third floor AOV should not be open. Similarly, when the reset button is pressed, AOV will be closed. Now for the third floor smoke detector, when the smoke will be detected on the third floor AOV and the stair AOV will be open. So for the plenum smoke detector, I have set a memory plenum. What this memory will do, it will turn off the fan of the first floor and close the damper of the first floor, as we had the requirement in our document. Here we have the reset button to reset the outputs. As mentioned in the document, we should have a reset button that should reset the outputs. Even when the smoke is gone, the outputs should remain on until we reset all the things. Here we can see that. So we have a reset button that will reset the outputs. As we had seen that outputs should be continuously on at least for the 90 seconds. So here we have a timer. For the testing purposes, I have taken its preset time as just for the 30 seconds. Otherwise, in the real sense, it will be for the 90 seconds. So when the outputs will be on, Here we can see that the stair AOV will be open in every case. When the smoke will be detected even on the first, second or the third floor, the stair AO will be open. So through this memory, we have started a timer that will wait for 30 seconds for that reset to be operated. So in this time the reset will not operate. After the 30 seconds the reset will be able to be used. So when the reset will be pressed, the first floor damper will be closed and first floor stair AO will be closed, second AO will be closed, and second floor AO will be closed, and the third floor AO will be closed. So I have set the memories for the closing operation, and these memories will keep latched until the smoke is detected again. Here we can see that the first floor AOV memory has latched by the reset button, and this latching is broken when the smoke is detected on the first floor again. So this closing output will be on until the smoke is detected again. So when the smoke is again detected, the outputs of opening the AOVs will be turned on. As we don't have the real-time inputs, so temporarily I am deleting this block of inputs and outputs so that we can test the logic. So let's delete this block. I have a copy of this version. We can find that block in the previous version. So let's save the project and download it again. Let's go online and test the logic. Firstly, no smoke is detected on either of the floors, so all the outputs are off. You can see the fans, the AOVs of all the floors are closed. Now let's start testing the logic. If the smoke is detected on the first floor by the first floor sensor, let's say turn it on by control F2. Here we can see that the fan of the first floor is on, the AOV of the first floor is opened, and the damper of the first floor is opened, and similarly the stair AOV is opened. Now the smoke is being detected. If we turn off this sensor by control F3, now we can see that the outputs are still on, as we require that these outputs should be turned off when we press the reset button. So now let's press the reset button here by control F2. Okay, so we can see that the fan is turned off, AOE are closed, and similarly if the smoke is detected on the second floor, we turn this sensor on by control F2. The second AOV is open and the stereo. Now let's about the reset. Here the timer is turned on. We cannot reset the process until the timer is complete. So now try resetting it. So here we can see that the outputs are still on. We cannot reset until the wait timer is done. We required this condition. We have seen in the documents that the power should be applied for 90 seconds. Here for the testing purposes, although I have took the 30 seconds, but you will see that it will be working fine. Now after the 30 seconds, now we can reset. So the outputs are still on. Now if we press the reset button and the smoke is gone, the outputs will be turned off. Here we can see that the second floor AOV and stair AOV has closed. The closed output is latched still. You can see here this latching will be broken when the smoke is again detected. So even if we can see that the first floor AV closed memory is still latched. When the smoke will be detected again, We can also test it by turning on the sensors of the first floor. Here we can see that the outputs are turned on again. Now if we press the reset button, the outputs will be turned off. But we cannot use the reset button until the wait timer is done. Means this is the time the outputs required to operate. Okay, after the 30 seconds we will be able to use the reset button. Okay, now we can use the reset button. The outputs will be turned off. Now about the plenum. If the smoke is detected by the plenum sensor, the outputs of the first floor means if the fan will be operating, it will be turned off, and if the first floor damper will be opened at that time, it will be closed. Now let's test the logic. If the smoke is detected on the first floor, and even if it is gone, okay, the outputs are still working. Now meanwhile, if the smoke is detected by the plenum, now let's see what happens. Here we can see that the first floor fan has turned off and the first floor damper is turned off, while the remaining outputs stair AOV and the first floor AOV are still open. Now if we will press the reset button, these outputs will also turn off. Okay, now let's press the reset button. Here we can see that all the outputs are turned off. So guys, this was all about the fire detection system. The logic is working fine. I hope you have understood this logic. If you have any queries, you can ask freely. Good luck for the course. Bye.